on now. So.
Thanks.
What about
Okay,
the...
well, welcome.
Freddie, sorry, what about this one here?
You can switch it on if you like, yeah. Are you okay with it filming that way? You know, it's just... Okay. Well, thanks for coming. And, you know, my intention is that when you leave here, any of the useless, unnecessary pain you've been experiencing will be gone. That's my goal. You know, I don't promise anything, but as I say to people, I'm not going to give you pills or potions. So, you know, it's just words, just your imagination. But what if? And I fully expect, because I've seen it so many times, that any of the useless pain will be gone. And I put it in that way. You know, you've got a disclaimer form there. I'm hoping that the pain you're experiencing, you've already been to your doctor, and they've told you that there's nothing more they can do about it. You know, they're probably giving you painkillers, and some of you I know will be on maximum painkillers as well, yeah? You know, and you're still in pain, and they can't give you any more. And we know, because there's this massive problem at the moment with opiates, people getting addicted to pain-killing drugs. It's a major problem in this country and across the world at the moment. So my goal with doing this, there's a few more people coming in. My goal with doing this is that the NHS, but not just the NHS, but all medical people around the world will start to recognise that there is an ability we have as human beings to overcome pain. And they'll recognise if we do enough of these groups and enough people say, go to their doctors and say, I've been to see this guy and I have no pain. That eventually they cannot ignore this. And we'll get people like myself, and some of them might be you, decide to go into hospitals and do this for people. For me, it's the most incredible thing that I can do, and I have done some incredible things with hypnosis. I was saying earlier, I've taken over 20,000 people out of the smoking habit. I've seen people with heroin addiction who've quit. I've seen people with phobias and fears and weight loss. I've done all that stuff, and as much as the joy I get from helping people, there is nothing more that I enjoy. It's not even enjoy, but I get more satisfaction from when someone is taken out of pain. You know, especially when you're young, and, you know, you've got a long way to go, to think that you might be free of that pain forever. That's what I want for you. You know, and this is why the reason I'm saying I've made a decision in my life. I'm not saying to the people I train to do this work, they have their own business and they can do what they want. For me, I've made a decision. I am never, ever going to charge anyone to help them out of pain. If I can do that for someone, then that's payment enough. I get enough income out of people who want to quit smoking and quit drugs and quit drinking and all the rest of that stuff, who are spending fortunes on their habit anyway to make a living. You know, and plus, I'm an OAP now, so I get my state pension. I live in Hornsey. Where can I spend that money in Hornsey? I don't drink that much. I only play poker, it's only a fiver.
It's not a new win. You're a new win.
You're where?
New win on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
In Hornsey.
Yeah, no, Thursday night.
All right.
Yeah, Thursday night's poker night.
That's, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah. So
Saturday nights are better.
it's a fiver buy-in, and it gives you pie and chips. I mean, you can't lose, can you?
That's right.
So anyway, as I said, for me, you know, I want to be able to help other people do this. I want to teach people to do it. I fully expect when you see how easy this is, you think, well, I'm going to do that. And if you can learn to do that in this time we're together, then fantastic. I ran a presentation and a training out in Las Vegas a couple of months ago. And a guy came up to me and said, I learned your arrow technique online. So my mum's been in pain for years. He said that arrow technique took her out of that pain. And there are hundreds, maybe thousands of people now that are trained with me that are taking other people out of pain. And if you take this technique and you help someone out of pain, then in my mind I've had a little hand in that somewhere. You know, as I said, for me, there is no great satisfaction in helping someone out of pain. And don't get me wrong, I still charge people to train people how to do this. I run my own courses. We sell a thing online where you can learn to do it, and I am going to continue to do that. It's a personal choice of mine that I'm not going to charge. And the reason, there is a reason I don't do this anymore. I don't know, maybe it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. Do you remember when my mum was ill? Now, my mum lives in Kent. She's 88. She lives down in Kent. I rarely get to see her because I live in Hornsey. And it's a 5-hour drive. But her friend rang me and said she's in hospital. And she'd been on these pills. The doctor had given these pills. They forgot to tell her, with a repeat prescription, but they forgot to tell her that she only had to take it for a month. Now, she'd been taking these pills for 18 months. And they pretty much destroyed her kidneys. They didn't know about it. She didn't know about it until she rang the doctor and said about it. She said the doctor was horrified because she knows she'd messed up badly. But anyway, my mum's now in hospital, where she was 4 or 5 weeks ago. And her partner rang me and said, your mum's in hospital, she's in a really bad way. So I drove down. Now because of her kidneys were failing, her body was swollen. You know, and she's very particular about the way she looks. You know, I don't think I've ever seen her without makeup on. And she's one of those ladies, but she's in this hospital bed. She cannot move except for her left hand. She's in so much pain. Even to turn her over was agony. And they're having a bed bath out to do all the stuff that they do in hospitals. And it was horrendous for me to see her like that. Now, it's one of those funny things. I've hypnotised tens of thousands of people. When it comes to hypnotising your own family, it's one of those awkward things, isn't it? Even to approach it, but I knew she was in so much pain. So I said to Mum, do you want me to run this arrow technique with you? And she was up for anything, because she was in total agony. And I said, I'll run this thing called quantum healing. And I'll explain what that is as well. Because while you're here, I know you're not here for healing, and I'm not a healer. I don't do anything, in fact. All I do is enable you to get in touch with your own abilities. That's how I see it. I actually have no ability other than to help you get out your own way, if you like. And so I ran this quantum healing with her, and I ran this arrow technique. She went to sleep. And she was probably asleep for about 15 minutes when this young male nurse came in and clad a few pans around and woke her up. And I said to her, how's the pain? She said, I haven't got any pain. Now, bear in mind, I said to her, and she honestly she said to me, I don't think I'm going to come out of here. And I honestly thought she would not come out. I thought that was going to be the last time I saw her. Anyway, long story short, I rang the next day. She's out of bed. She's got no pain. And she's in the shower on her own. This was on the Sunday I went down. On the Thursday, she's back in her apartment. This is a woman who couldn't even move on the Sunday. So that was the moment I thought, you know, that's my mum, and I want her out of pain. So I would want everyone's mum out of pain, or everyone's child out of pain. You know, so that was my decision moment. I'm not going to charge for this anymore. But anyway, that's beside the point. I'll tell you how this came about, this technique, and I'll probably show you if someone wants to demonstrate, and I'll show you how it works. And then I'm going to hypnotise you all as a group. Although I said this doesn't need hypnosis, because it doesn't, the technique in itself is a standalone technique. You know, I'm a hypnotist, and I'm going to run this quantum healing with you, because it's something like your back, Lindsay, you know, and if there is a way that your body can do that for yourself, because we all know, don't we? If we cut ourselves, we put a plaster on it. You don't have to think about that healing. Your brain or your body goes into whatever mode it is, it sends out the white cells, red cells, I don't understand, it's gone to medical. You know, a few days later we take the plaster off and it's now got a scab, or within a few days after that it's healed. We don't have to think about that happening, our body does that naturally. But sometimes there's a breakdown in that communication, if you like, between where you need to heal and your brain. That's how I see it. And I think with quantum healing, which I'm going to run with you in a while, I think that just it connects that communication. I'll explain that. So I'm going to hypnotise you. You are going to have an experience of that. And then we are going to run this arrow technique with you. And my expectation is that that pain, if it's of no use, it'll be gone. If you can live your life without that pain, then your brain will shut it off. That's been my experience. But I would ask you all, if you've got an injury, if your back's hurting because you've actually got a physical injury, or because you've injured yourself in some way, remember that you've got an injury. You know, I don't want you going out of here and suddenly start lifting bags of spuds everywhere. You know, and there is a thing. You know, we get into, all of us, when Deborah came to see me, she was in a pain group. And she said, would you speak to my pain group? Because Deborah's pain went in one hip. I went to this pain group, And I said, if the pain's of no use, now we think, oh, well, my pain's no use. But for a lot of people, it becomes part of their persona. You know, it becomes who I am. I'm a person in pain. And there's a lot of things around that. I don't have to work. My husband does these jobs for me. I can do, you know, and this lady said to me, yeah, but now the pain's gone, you know, I'm on benefits and I might have to get a job. You know what I said? I said, lie. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't care. You know, still, when you go in there, still, you know how to do this, go in there. Get your benefits, I don't care. I want the person out of pain. You know, you will be free.
She's my carer, she just said, don't put me on the job.
There'll be plenty of other people you can send along. We might even team up and get but, you know, I don't care, but you know, the rest, once you're out of the pain, you'll realise there are things that you've built your life around that pain. So you have to look at it and understand that you can live your life without it, okay? And anyway, getting back to Pain's, Deb's pain group, they threw her out because she's not in pain anymore. So she had to find another group to go to. It's normally partying and clubbing now, and apart from it. But anyway, as I said, you know, you'll find your own way through this. All I want for you today is that you're free of that pain, okay? I'll tell you how this came about. I've been doing hypnosis for about 30 years, maybe. And started off with the normal stuff, smoking, weight loss, those kind of things. And I started doing these groups of smoking. I actually hold the world record for the most people who quit smoking in one session. It's over 150 people in 90 minutes. And I do these groups all around the country. And I'm going to be running one here in January if you feel like quitting. But anyway, so I run these groups all around the country. And I haven't for a long time, but I used to suffer from kidney stones. And if you're a man and you've suffered from kidney stones, apparently it's the worst pain a man can experience. The only thing worse than that is childbirth. And luckily, yeah, we don't have to go through it. Right? So I used to have these pains. And the only way I could get out of it at the time, waiting for the morphine to kick in and all the other stuff before you got to the hospital, I used to go to this memory at the time when I had a girlfriend. It's sad, I've only had one. It's a very sad person. But I had this girlfriend and we went down on this trip down through France and we pulled up along this riverbank, we had a picnic. And so to get out of this pain, I'd try and get back to that memory. Try and remember what the number plate of her car was, what the colour of her shorts were, what beer we drank, what cheese we had, what the name was. And the more I got into the memory and the more detail I try and remember about that memory, the further I could get away from the pain, if you like, distract myself. And it got to the point where if I could actually go back into that memory, so I'm looking back to now, I could free myself from the pain. But it was a short-term thing because you had to focus. So that was my way of getting out of pain. Now, one of the guys that I'd studied in hypnosis is a guy called Milton Erickson. Can you all hear me all right? Yeah? Sure? Yeah. There's a guy called Milton Erickson. And he was a genius in this field. He's dead now. He's been dead since the 1980s. But he was a genius in this field. And he realised that if you're in pain, if you ask someone what hypnosis is, people will say it's sleep or it's relaxation, yeah? That's what most people think. If you ask someone on the street, what's hypnosis, they say, well, it's some kind of sleep or relaxation. Well, obviously, if you're in pain, and you say to someone, relax, that's all impossible. And he realised that. So he would get them to focus on the pain as the trip into hypnosis. So he used that as a focus of attention. He would then get them into hypnosis to do the work. So these two ideas in my mind, this idea of distraction and the idea of this focusing on a goal, was in my mind. And I was doing a group down in Cardiff. I used to do Llanelli, Swansea, Cardiff over 3 nights and maybe see 600 people for smoking and another 400 or 500 people for weight loss in those 3 nights. And in Cardiff, I said, I'll be back in 6 weeks. If anyone knows someone who's not about smoking, let me know. And this woman put her hand up, can you do anything for pain? And I said, I can. I said, who's it for? She said, it's for me. So I don't wait 6 weeks. If you wait afterwards, I'll deal with it, this thing for you. So another lady was there on crutches. She said, can I stay? I said, of course you can. So this lady on crutches had spondylosis, crumbling of the spine. Is that what it is? And she'd been on these crutches for 12 years. She had a 4-year-old son who she'd never held his hand because she'd been on crutches. So anyway, saw everyone out. these two ladies sat down, maybe half a dozen people in the room. So I ran this technique, which I'm going to run today. But at that point in time, I'd never run it. But I had no idea how it might work. But I'd never run it. But I ran it as if I'd run it 1,000 times. The first lady with the crutches, her hands came down because she was sitting like this. Her hands came down. I looked at her, I said, where's the pain gone? She hasn't got any pain. So the lady sitting next to her was all right, she starts to cry. And I said, you're all right? She said, yeah, but I haven't got any pain. First time in 9 years. So she's crying tears of joy. So the girl with the crutches stands up. Said, do you think I can walk without my crutches? I said, I'm not a medical person. She said, well, hold them. So I'm about as far away from her. Hold these crutches. She starts to walk like this. I said, are you in pain? She said, no. She said, but I haven't walked without crutches for 12 years. She said, I've got an MRI scan coming up. She said, walks out of it. I said, absolutely. I said, but it'd be nice to walk in there without crutches. She said, I will. She put these crutches under her arm, I swear to God. Took a little boy's hand for the first time ever and walked out this conference room. And there's a guy working with me, Mark Davies, Welsh guy, bit of a lad, and he said, it's Jesus. It's Jesus. It looked like, pick up your bed and walk. That is what it looked like, honestly. And we've seen that so many times since. People in chronic pain for years are suddenly free of it. So it's what I expect for you. I don't promise you anything, because I'm not going to. My expectation, if you get into this with me, that pain will be gone. Or it'll be at such a level, because sometimes if the pain has still got some protective measure to it, you know, if your unconscious mind thinks, no, Lindsay's going to go out and start throwing John about and doing some jiving and stuff, that's not going to happen. So it will protect you, but it's just enough to let you know without crippling your life forever, okay? So that's how this occurred, that's how it happened. So, as I said, for years, because I work with my son and we travel all over the world training people, when I said I'm going to show you this pain control thing, you'd go out of the room. Because you used to think, that's not going to work. Even though he worked with me, and now it's years on now, so he obviously he does it himself and we train people how to do it. But for a long time, he would say, well, don't say it'll be gone completely. You know, just say it might be better. So no, I'm going to say it's going to be gone completely because I've seen it so many times. So it's a very simple technique, and I'm going to demonstrate it first. If someone wants to come up, someone who's in pain that would like to come up. Anyone? Yeah? Well, look, Kat's here. Kat's going to do it. Thanks, though, Mr. Hanson. So, as I said to you, this is a very simple technique. There are two things that I symptom scale when I do this work. One is pain, and one is fear. And the reason I symptom scale it is because when it's gone, you can remember having pain, but you can't really remember what it felt like. It's the same with fear. I can remember being afraid of flying, but I can't remember what it felt like. And I think that's the reason women have more than one child. I can remember the pain, I go, that's enough for me, thanks. So it's a built-in thing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Kat, 10 being excruciating, 1 being no pain at all, how much pain are you in at the moment? 8. 8, all right, because in a moment you're not going to feel it. Is the pain of any use to you? Right, okay. Well, I'm going to hypnotise you if that's all right with you. Right. You've been hypnotised before? You have? Did you like it?
It was a stage one.
Was it? All right, okay. Right, well, I fully expect you to enjoy it. I'm going to teach you how to go into trance by yourself while you're up here. But you'll see I don't work like other people, and it's not what people expect, okay? I'm going to run the whole thing with Kat. You're going to see it, and you'll see it's not going to take very long. And then we're going to have a little talk about where you want to be. I'm going to hypnotise you as a group, then we're going to run this technique with you, okay? Right? So are you ready to be free of the pain? Yeah?
Oh, yes, please.
Right, ready? Okay, place your hands on your legs. Now this is what I'm going to do, Kat. Now when we create any sort of behaviour, or any sort of skill, whether it's driving, or walking, or talking, or reading, or writing, once it's become an automatic function, something that happens automatically without us thinking, it's as if we create a part of us doing a job for us. Yeah? So you can drive, yeah? You can drive and talk to your friend and think about where you're going, have a sandwich, and while you're doing all that, your unconscious mind's focused on the road. You know, you don't have to think about walking or speaking, it just happens now. But we all had to learn how to do those things. Now, at some point, once it becomes an automatic function, it's like we create a part of us that's then doing the job for us. Just now you have a part of you can drive, a part of you can speak. And you have a part of you that runs your immune system. So when we do this work in a moment, I'm going to speak directly to that part of you, and it will communicate. I don't know how.
System that's a problem.
What's wrong with it?
It's just I've got low thyroid and all sorts of other add-on surgeons and all sorts.
Right, okay. Well, I'm not promising you anything, but who knows? Right, so, and the other thing is we're going to run this thing called quantum healing. And again, it's only words. I'm not going to give you any pills or potions. So I'm going to speak directly to your immune system, and it will communicate. I will ask it to make whatever changes it needs to make at a molecular cellular level that will allow your body to return to normal. I'll explain the theory behind quantum healing. Came to me. You're right, sitting there for a minute while I say this, yeah? Right. I'll explain the theory behind quantum healing. This is how it came to me. Now, whether this is true, whether this is myth, I don't know, but this is how it came to me. There was a man who was working on splitting the atom. So he worked with quantum physics. Everything in the universe is made up of atoms. All that makes that one thing metal and something else wood is a unique communication in that material between those atoms. So he was working on splitting the atom. Now, how you can split something you can't see is anyone's guess, but we know they did it because of those explosions. At the time, his wife had varicose veins. Now, he'd studied hypnosis, so he thought, why not apply the same quantum theory to her body as you apply to the universe? The universe, everything's made up of atoms, and her body is made up of 70 trillion cells, apparently. I don't know who counted them, but someone has. But anyway, we've all got about 70 trillion cells. All that makes you what you are, height, eye colour, hair colour, is a unique communication between those cells that makes you what you are. When you get a disease, the idea behind quantum healing is, when you get a disease, there's a breakdown in that communication between those cells. And they're not communicating, and then some of them mutate and all those things, turns into cancerous cells, all kinds of stuff. So this guy hypnotised his wife. He asked to speak directly to those cells, asked them to reconnect the communication, allow the veins to go back to normal. And apparently, I say, whether this is true, whether this is myth, he had photographic proof that this happened. I'm not promising you anything, but I'm only going to talk to you, Kath. I'm only going to get you to use your imagination. My belief is that, you know, what if? What if it does? And that's what I expect, okay? So you ready to enjoy this? You ready to be hypnotised? Okay? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, then I'm going to do it. In a moment, I'm going to pick this hand up. Okay? As I put your hand up to here, look at me. I want you just to allow your eyes to close. Push your hand down, your eyes will open. Put your hand up, your eyes will close. Push your hand down, your eyes will open. That's what I'm going to do, all right? Are you ready to be free of this pain? Ready to start getting better, start getting well? Yeah? Okay, if I can borrow this arm. As that arm goes up, just allow your eyes to close. That's right. Let's push your hand down, allow your eyes to open and relax even more. As that hand goes back up, allow your eyes to close. That's right. Let's push your hand down, allow your eyes to open and relax even more. As that hand goes back up, allow your eyes to close and feel that wrist stiffening now. Feel the elbow joint locking. Feel the forearm muscle tightening. Feel the bicep tightening into your shoulder. Feel the arm going completely rigid now, Kath, as that arm moves completely. Every word I say now, every breath you take is going to take you deeper and deeper into that wonderful state of hypnosis. And as you drift even deeper, my voice and my words will drift with you, become a part of your experience. That's right, and as that hand starts to move, you may become aware of an energy around your other hand, pulling it up. That's right, deeper and deeper down now. The deeper you go, the better you're going to feel. Just for a while, nothing bothers or affects you, nothing disturbs you. And all that matters is you and the sound of my voice and that feeling of freedom. That's right. I want you for a moment, Kath, to see the faces of the people you love, people that love you. Let that remind you of just how loved you are and how fabulous you are as a woman. And as you feel that love, you may become aware of that energy around your left hand starting to feel lighter and lighter. As that hand lifts off your leg now and drifts up as light as a feather, As you go deeper, deeper down, like you, Kath's unconscious mind. Search and find one thing that's of vital and utmost importance to her life, her future, her happiness, her well-being. A way she'd love to feel, something she'd love to be free of. And when the unconscious mind's made that choice, I'd like it to allow that signal to occur. I don't know, but a left hand, right hand, both hands that drift up as the eyes flicker, but you'll know, that's right, before I do, as the movement begins. You can feel that energy around that hand now, pulling it up like a magnetic force, pulling that hand higher and higher. And the higher it lifts, the better you feel. You can feel that now, you can try and hold it still, if it goes even higher now, Kath. Feel that force pulling it up. And now I'd like you, Kath's unconscious mind. Hand over those signals to that part of her that is responsible for her immune system. That part of us responsible for her ability to heal, her ability to be well. And when it's taken full control of those hands, I'd like it to pull both hands up at the same time, so that she and I understand it's taken control. That's right, feel that force around that wrist like an invisible wire now. Higher and higher. When it's taken full control of those signals, I'd like it to allow me and her to know. Good. Now I'd like to ask the immune system to go to the creative mind, the part of Kath that dreams, has ideas, makes plans. Allow that wonderful creative mind to run and flow and work. Come up with lots of new ways of allowing her metabolism to go back to normal, to make whatever changes at a molecular level that will allow her that healing to begin. And if it's willing to do this now, I want it to pull those hands even higher, so she and I understand. That's right, feel that force around those wrists. And as the immune system does that for you and makes those changes, I want you to do this for me, Kath. I want you to do your best to imagine this. I want you to imagine just drifting up out of your body. Imagine drifting right up out of your body and going way, way, way up above your body now. Just drifting up into the sky, into that blue sky. Like a helium balloon that some young child, some young girl has just let go of. And it's just drifting up higher and higher. Drifting up so high you can look down and see the curvature of the earth. You can see that beautiful planet down below you. You can see the colours, the green, the white, the blue. See it in your mind's eye. That beautiful sight of that planet below you. And in your mind's eye, we see a target, Kath, like an archery target, way down below you, a massive target. Now in the centre of that target is the useless, unnecessary pain you've been experiencing. That useless, unnecessary pain is in the middle of that target. Now in a moment I'm going to make this sound. As I make that sound, you're going to be shot, fired like an arrow, straight through that target, straight out the other side. But I want you to be brave, Kath. Because as you go through the middle of that target, you will experience that pain even more intensely for a split second. But be brave. This is the last time this will ever affect you. So get ready. As I make that sound, you are going to be fired, shot like an arrow, straight through the centre of that target, straight out the other side. Get ready. And now you're out the other side, drifting in a space of total bliss. And I want you to see the faces of the people you love, people that love you, Kath. See those faces, feel that love now, like a burning hot sun in the summer sky. Feel that love enveloping you. Now I want you to do this. I want you to drift across the other side of this room. So you can see yourself in the chair. You can see the clothes you're wearing. You can hear my voice. And I want you to notice, Kath, as you watch yourself from the other side of the room, every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain has gone from your body. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. As you watch yourself from the other side of the room, notice that every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain has gone from your body, gone from your mind. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. And I'd like you, Kath's unconscious mind, to make those changes now at a molecular, cellular level, at a neuron level, that will allow her total freedom from that useless, unnecessary pain forever. Allow that communication between those cells to reconnect so her body can go back to normal. So those underlying problems start to heal and start to go back to normal. And if it's willing to do this for Kath, I want it to pull those hands even higher. That's right, as you watch yourself on the other side of the room, notice that every ounce of that useless pain's gone. That's right. Stay in that deep trance, Kath. Go even deeper. You know, you understand, you have a super powerful unconscious mind. It's working for you. It exists for two reasons. It wants you to be happy, it wants you to be well. That's it. It's got a very small remit. It wants you to be happy, it wants you to be well. And it's a superpower, Kath. And to prove how powerful it is, I want you to try and hold those arms still. If I go even higher now. Feel that force putting those arms up. You can try and get those arms down and find a go even higher, Kath. Push as hard as you can. You're a strong woman. Stay in that deep trance, go 1,000 times deeper. As those hands are winched toward the ceiling, as every ounce of useless pain leaves your body, open your eyes, look at me. Look at me, Kath. Look at me, go even deeper, look at me. Look at me. Understand you're in a deep trance. You've tapped into a superpower here today. You will let go of every negative, limiting belief that's ever held you back. Because now you've got different insight. From today, whenever you want to use this power, you repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time of hearing that word in your mind, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you're going to go back into this deep trance you're in now. Close your eyes, go even deeper. Now I'd like to ask that card that runs the immune system of the cat. Take these new choices, take this new change, integrate it into her body, into her mind, so she can be well. And if it's willing to do this and start that healing process now, I want it to vibrate those hands so she and I understand. That's right, you can feel it happening. I want you to try and hold them still, Kath. Find you cannot. Feel that vibration going through your body. Feel those cells change. You can feel it. A feeling of well-being you may have never experienced before. Every ounce of pain gone from your body, gone from your mind. You cannot feel it, cannot experience it. Only as quickly as those changes have taken place completely that will allow her that freedom forever from every useless pain. Every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort. And allow that healing to continue. Only then will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair. Only then will those hands drift down to your legs. And when they touch your legs and your eyes open, you'll be unable to experience any of the useless pain. Go ahead, take your time. Do it thoroughly while we wait quietly for your return. You can feel those changes taking place, a feeling of well-being you may have never experienced before. Incredible feeling of freedom. For every limiting belief, every negative thought, every ounce of useless, unnecessary pain. And you can feel that well-being through every cell of your body now. Feeling a joy that you've felt for a long time. So I understand just how loved you are and how brilliant you are. As a woman, as a person, as a being. From today you're going to exercise your right and your privilege to have the health you want, have the life you want, have the freedom you want. Feeling freedom you may have never experienced before. That's right, drifting back, feeling absolutely incredible now. I think Kath might enjoy this too much. Right, all the way back, eyes open, feeling absolutely incredible. unable to experience pain without useless pain. That's right. Look at me. Where's the pain gone now? Try and find it. Find you cannot. On a scale of 1 to 10, where's the pain gone?
2. It was very severe in the shoulder. Yeah.
So it's a 2.
It's a 2. I also have it in my hips and that's gone. It's working out which.
Right, look at me. Look at me. No, I've shown you how to go into trance by yourself, whether you believe it or if you heard it or not. So what's going to happen now is you're going to take yourself back into trance. I'm not going to do anything. You're going to take yourself back into trance. And you're just going to suggest to yourself that that last remnant of pain can be gone. We'll see what happens. Okay? The last goes down to 0. Place your hands on your legs. Look at me. Do this with your eyes open. From today, wherever it's safe to do so, so remember to do this while you're driving or anything else, where it's safe to do so, you just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time of hearing it, you're going to go back into a deep trance. You're going to do this, Kath, with your eyes open. And you'll know you're in it because your hand's going to lift off your legs. I want you to try and open them down and find you cannot. Don't go into a trance, do that word for relax for the 4th time, go for it. That's right, there you go, Kath. Look at me. Try and hold them down for I go even higher. Understand, you've just taken yourself into a trance in moments. At this point in time, you have access to all your healing abilities, all your goals. Close your eyes. Now suggest to yourself that that last remnant of pain's gone, see what happens. Just allow my unconscious mind to allow me total freedom now from that last remnant of pain, so I can live my life free of it, see what happens. When you've done that, when you count to 5, your eyes will open, you have a smile on your face. It's going to be all day and a totally new understanding of just how brilliant you are. Go ahead. So as you can see, this is not hours of therapy, it's not months of therapy, it's not weeks, this is a few minutes. You know, you can see, you know, when Kath sat in that chair, it was at 8, it went down to a 2. And I sometimes, you know, obviously I want it to be 0 all the time. But, you know, sometimes it goes to a 2. For someone who's in chronic pain, all of you will know this, if your pain went down to a 2 from where it is now, that would be miraculous. But I'm expecting Kath in a moment when she decides to come back up, because she's a bit of a chance junkie now, she thinks she's liking it too much. When she comes back up, I fully expect that the last remnant of pain's gone. So we see, I can't understand why doctors will not use this. You know, they don't even have to learn how to do hypnosis, which is not hard to do. I could take any of you in this room and in the morning I could teach you how to do hypnosis. It's not a complex thing to do. Kath, look at me now. Where's that pain gone now? I want you to be honest about it. Where's it gone now? Good, lovely.
But I had this knee replaced in May. I'm on the list to have this one done. And I've got arthritis in my neck.
You did have? Let's see what happens.
So the pain was horrendous, but I just felt so good.
Oh, thanks.
Seriously good.
All right, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right, it's my pleasure. You know, things like arthritis, which we feel we have to put up with. And I don't promise anyone anything, because I'm not going to. But that feeling, you see it on Kath's face, that feeling of freedom after years of probably suffering, and it's fully expected for all of you. I don't know why, but especially, what's your name again?
Lisa.
Lisa. I don't know why, Lisa, because there's a lot of people in this room. But when you're free of this pain, I mean it, I hand on heart, and I never do another thing on this planet, I'll be asleep every night. I want to see a smile on your face, that's what I want. But I can't understand why doctors don't do this. Why would you not do this? You know, rather than dish out pills and dish out potions and hope for the best and keep giving people opiates, which are killing them. So, I'm going to hypnotise you all first. Then what I'm going to get you to do, we'll do it as we go through it, all right? So, are there any questions so far about what you've just seen? You know, this is, and it's a big thing. My son would say, well, why would you pull someone up the front? Because if that had failed, then I'd lost all of you. But it's never failed. It's never failed to go down. Does it always go to 0? No, but it always goes down. And it's what I want for all of you today. So, I don't know there's much else I can say about it really. The best thing to do is experience it. All I'd ask of all of you, whether you're here as a carer, it's Christine, wasn't it?
Rita, she's
Lisa.
got pens.
That's right.
She's got pens. She's my carer.
Right,
She has
well,
pens.
just get into it with me, all right? Let's do this, and then open your minds to it. Instead of thinking, well, it's not going to work for me, you know, because someone posted something the other day about, oh, they've been told that chronic pain cannot be cured. I don't cure anything. I'm not giving you something to cure this. I'm enabling you to just go, I don't have to think about it anymore. I can switch it off. It's of no use. I'm not a healer, I'm not a curer, and I'm not someone who takes people out. I do nothing. I absolutely do nothing apart from get you into a state where you can get in touch with your own abilities to make changes, which I believe we all have. And it's what you're going to experience. So all you have to do in these next few minutes is absolutely nothing, all right? Look on this as time out for you. And you can listen to me if you want. Can you all hear me all right? Yeah. Listen to me if you want. But I don't mean this rudely. I'm not interested in your conscious mind. You've tried to overcome this consciously. It didn't work. Because it's not a conscious process. This is an unconscious process that's going on. So I'm going to hypnotise you. I'm going to run the quantum healing with you. So if there is any underlying medical issues that can be overturned or turned around, and I'm not promising you anything, don't say, go back to your doctor and say, I'm not taking these pills anymore, because I've seen this strange bald guy, and he said, don't take the pills. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that if over these next few days, those symptoms disappear, and you go to your doctor and say, look, you know, I'm feeling better, can we really look at it? That's fine. So I'm going to run this quantum healing. I'm going to speak directly to your immune system. It will communicate in some way. I don't know how, you don't know how, but it will communicate. I will ask it to make whatever changes needed for that healing to begin. I'm going to ask those cells to reconnect the communication that will allow that healing to continue. I'm then going to bring you out of hypnosis. Then we're going to run this arrow technique. And at the end of that, I fully expect that that useless, unnecessary pain you've been experiencing will be gone, all right? It'll probably be gone before that, once you listen to my dulcet tones. Right, so are you ready? If you're ready to go in hypnosis, say, I'm ready, Freddie. I'm ready, Freddie. Right. Okay, I want you to do this, so all of you, when you're ready to do this, take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just allow your eyes to close. But only as quickly as you're ready to make these changes at a molecular cellular level that will allow you that freedom. That's right. And I want you for a moment just to focus on the muscles around your eyes. Just focus on those tiny little muscles around your eyes and relax those muscles. And imagine that's happening automatically as you listen to my voice. Imagine your eyes are relaxing so completely they just won't work. And imagine that's happening as you listen to my voice. And every word I say is relaxing those muscles even more. That's right. Imagine your eyes are so relaxed they just won't work. And when you realise that your eyes are so relaxed they just won't work, you can test them, find it completely locked just for a while. That's right. Now let that relaxation go down through your jaw. And allow those muscles in your jaw to relax. Your tongue to relax in your mouth. Let that feeling spread down through your body like you've had a general anaesthesia. Imagine your body relaxing so completely it just won't work. Imagine what those muscles are so relaxed like a handful of rubber bands just thrown on that chair. Loose and relaxed. That's right. Because with the eyes closed, you can begin to relax. Although at times you may be more aware of some things than you were before. The sound of the air conditioning, the comfort of the chair, the sound of my voice, the sensations in arms and legs, the beating of your heart, and the thoughts and images that drift into the mind automatically. Just for a moment, See the faces of the people you love, people that love you. Whether that's your partner, your brother, your mother, your father, your daughter, your son. But see that face now, feel that love right now. And as you feel that love, as you see that face, every negative, limiting belief that was ever placed on you disappears. Because with the eyes closed, it becomes easier to become more and more aware of a variety of things that otherwise may go overlooked or ignored. Thoughts, feelings, sensations. And the alteration of awareness as the mind begins that gradual letting go. Letting go even of the effort it takes to be aware of exactly where the arms are positioned, or the hands or fingers. And even the effort it takes to be aware of which leg seems to relax more quickly, or completely than the other may seem to be too much effort to bother making. But it takes time to experience that letting go. Your own time, in your own way. As you begin to learn even more than before about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. And the mind begins to drift down toward a place of quietness. A place of peaceful inner awareness. A place that almost seems to give off signals that directs awareness down toward it, into it. More and more comfortably, more and more effortlessly, more and more completely and deeply than before. Where even the effort it takes to be aware of the sound of my voice or the meaning of my words may almost seem to be too much effort to bother making. It's so much easier simply to relax, enjoy that letting go. Allowing events to occur in your own time, in your own way, are drifting down. Deeper, deeper, deeper down now. Imagine you just dropping down through space and time. Nothing bothers or affects you, nothing disturbs you. Every word I say takes you even deeper, and everything I say now becomes your reality. And every suggestion I give you, you'll act upon and carry out without hesitation. It's now your reality. You have a conscious mind and an unconscious mind. And that unconscious mind, the back of the mind, can continue to hear, to understand, respond to those things I might say, without the need for you to do anything at all. It's so much easier for the conscious mind simply to relax and enjoy that letting go. Letting go even of the effort it takes to make the effort that it might take. To tell the exact position of arms, legs, or the entire body now that seems to drift through time and space. That wonderful free-floating place of effortless relaxation and letting go. Allowing events to occur in their own time, in their own way, as you drift as a mind. And that mind drifts without boundaries, without borders, without limits. See yourself out there. It's an hour from now, it's a week from now, it's a year from now. And you're fit and well. And you're moving well, and you're free of every ounce of pain. Picture it, see it in your mind. Notice the way you move and the way you breathe. Go and step into that body and feel what it feels like to be free. And remember that time in your life when you were free. Look back to now and notice the things you did along the way that led to that wonderful feeling. The unconscious mind can allow those changes to occur, while the conscious mind drifts off someplace else entirely. Now. That's right, in your own time, in your own way. Aware of events that occur along the way. As the unconscious mind utilises that opportunity to alter your awareness and to continue that learning in whatever way is the right way for you. Learning that feeling of letting go. Allowing the unconscious to assume more and more responsibility for guiding, directing awareness as you continue to learn even more than before about your abilities, your capacities to learn as you relax. As you relax, drift even deeper into that feeling. The deeper you go, the better you're going to feel. And as you drift even deeper, you can use your unconscious mind as a resource you can learn from and really have an experience, one that's satisfactory to you. All that's needed to build a good rapport with the unconscious is to have a line of communication. Sometimes the unconscious communicates by movement. It may be that the eye reflex changes, that's right, and the eyes flicker. Or the head moves slightly to indicate yes. Or a muscle twitches involuntarily to indicate no. That's right, you can try and keep those eyes still for when they flicker even more. And now I'd like your unconscious mind. The part of you that runs your immune system. To make those changes that will allow that healing process to begin. And to allow you to know by allowing you that understanding of that signal. And I don't know, it'll be the eyes that flicker or a hand that moves. Breathing that changes, but you'll know before I do as the movement continues. Now I'd like to ask that part to go to that part of your mind. Search and find lots of new ways of keeping you safe and well, but at the same time allowing you total freedom from the useless, unnecessary pain. To connect that communication between those cells that allow that healing to begin, to do it now. That's right. And I want you to do this for me now. I want you to imagine just leaving your body in that chair and drifting right up out your body and going way, way, way up above your body. Imagine drifting up into that sky like a hot air balloon, like a helium balloon that some child has just let go of. Imagine it drifting higher and higher. And imagine you're just drifting up so high you can look down and see that planet down below you. Just drifting way away from your body. In your mind's eye, I want you to look down and see that target like an archery target way down below you. You can see the bands, you can see the centre, see the bullseye. Now in the bullseye is the useless, unnecessary pain you've been experiencing. In that bullseye is every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain and discomfort that you were experiencing. In a moment I'm going to make this sound. As I make that sound, you're going to be fired, shot like an arrow, straight through the centre of that target and straight out the other side. In a millisecond. But I want you to be brave, because as you go through that target, you will experience that pain even more intensely for a split second. But be brave. This is the last time this will ever affect you. So be ready. As I make that sound, you're going to be fired through the centre of that target. You will experience that pain even more intensely for a split second. But be brave. This is the last time that useless, unnecessary pain is ever going to affect you. Get ready. And now you're out the other side. I want you to see the face of the people you love. Feel that love right now. Now drift across the other side of this room so you can see yourself sitting in that chair. You can see the clothes you're wearing. You can hear my voice. And I want you to notice as you watch yourself from the other side of the room that every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain is gone. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. As you watch yourself from the other side of the room, I want you to notice that every ounce of that useless, unnecessary pain has gone from your body, gone from your mind. You cannot feel it, you cannot experience it. And I'd like your unconscious mind to make those changes now at a cellular, molecular, neuron level that will allow you that freedom forever. And only as quickly as those changes have taken place at a molecular level that will allow that healing to begin, allow that pain to be gone completely, only then will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair, only then will your eyes be able to open and you unable to experience that useless, unnecessary pain you've been experiencing. So go ahead, take your time, do it thoroughly. Only when those changes have taken place at a molecular level that will allow you that freedom forever and allows the conscious mind to accept the changes made. Only then will you drift back over to your body, drop down into your body in that chair, only then will your eyes be able to open and you unable to experience that useless, unnecessary pain. And I'd like your unconscious mind to make those changes now. That's right, take your time, do it thoroughly, while I wait quietly for your return. And from today, whenever you want to use this, your unconscious mind, wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. And wherever it's safe and appropriate to do so, you'll instantly go back into this profound state of hypnosis you're in now. where you have access to all your powers, all your strengths. So go ahead, take your time. Do it thoroughly. Easy. What's the pain going now? Feel it. Where's it gone now? So you have to search for it now. Okay. Your own time, your own way. Lisa, look at me. That's the pain gone now.
It's about 2.
And what was it when you sat down?
7, 8.
Right, okay. Place your hands on your legs. Look at me. Just repeat the word relax 4 times in your mind. On the 4th time hearing it, you're going to go into a deep trance with your eyes open. You'll know you're in it because your hands are going to start to lift off your legs, and I want you to try and hold them down as long as you can. Or don't go into a deep trance to hear that word relax for the 4th time. Go for it. That's right. You can feel that energy around your hands now. As your hands lift off your legs, your eyes will close. You're going to go even deeper into that feeling. Look at me. That's right. As with more air, those hands lift and your eyes will close. Go even deeper. But I want you to give your mind that instruction that you want to be completely free of it. So I want my unconscious mind to allow you total freedom now. And only when that's happened, then with your eyes open, you're going to feel incredible. Okay, are we look familiar with you? Well, I hope you enjoyed the experience. But at least you're free, are you?
I'll admit it, yeah.
You'll be free. All right, now you know how to go back and try and play yourself. If ever, and I would ask you to do stuff every day, every other day. Just focus on getting well, getting your body well. So just say to yourself, what my unconscious mind make this happen for me.
Oh, yeah, I'll have to use